Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So the former cruiserweight unified champion of the world, and of course former WBA heavyweight champion of the world, the Haymaker David Haye, British boxing legend. Like him, don't like him, it is what it is. Now, David Haye, he believes that when he looks around the heavyweight division, it's only Anthony Joshua that he can look at and think he has the best chance of defeating Tyson Fury. Now he's not saying that Joshua would beat Tyson Fury. He's saying that he's the one that has the better chance of defeating Tyson Fury. Now, we'll get straight into his statement in a second. And of course, one of the things I like about David Haye is that usually when he makes a prediction, go the complete opposite. All right, that's how it is with David Haye. But this is not a prediction as to who would win. This is just him saying that out of all the heavyweights, Anthony Joshua is the one who is more capable of defeating Tyson Fury. Now, I know that there's going to be like a lot of Tyson Fury extreme fans out there who think that Tyson Fury is untouchable. Joshua has no chance. Nobody has any chance. Everybody has a chance. It's heavyweight division. And the longer Tyson Fury stays in boxing, the more chance it is of him taking a loss. Everyone takes a loss at some point. Anyway, David Haye's statement. I just think that the only person who has the artillery, the skill, the athleticism, the clean living, the know-how, the experience to have a chance to beat Fury is Anthony Joshua. I think he's the only person right now, realistically. Most people would say if anyone's got a chance, I'm putting it on Anthony Joshua. So he's the only guy who has the tools to do it. I think if you land shots on Fury, the way Fury's been put down before, his chin looked good last time out, but as Anthony Joshua is a master boxer as well. I think people underestimate his boxing skill. He hasn't been boxing as long as Fury, so he's still learning. I don't know. I can see Fury outboxing Joshua long on the inside, and then again, I can see the middle range of Joshua letting his hands go. He throws such crisp shots, uppercuts, hooks. The way he knocked out Alexander Povetkin, the fight was uncomfortable for him for a couple of rounds, but when he put his shots together, it was over. As soon as he starts tagging people, he's got a hell of a lot of explosivity in his body. He's big, strong, and robust. The fight he lost against Andy Ruiz Jr. didn't flatter him in any way. It wasn't like he lost on a split decision. It was a horrible loss, and I think people look at that and think, he lost to him. Boxing doesn't work that way. I lost to Carl Thompson in my 11th fight, but 3 years later on, I'm undisputed #1. It doesn't matter as long as you learn from that and you can come back. David Haye's statement. Now, first of all, he said that he's undisputed. He wasn't undisputed, he was unified, but hey, is what it is. Now, when he lost to Carl Thompson all those years ago, he wasn't supposed to lose to Carl Thompson, much like Anthony Joshua wasn't supposed to lose to Andy Ruiz Jr. And David Haye, of course, bounced back and had a hell of a long career, or excellent career, I should say. Didn't end too great for him, but he did have a very, very good career. Now, as far as Anthony Joshua, does he have a chance of defeating Tyson Fury? Of course he does. Of course he does. Because although he may have lost to Andy Ruiz Jr., it was one shot on the temple that just set up the rest of the fight. It's heavyweight. These things happen, okay? They happen all the time. But with Anthony Joshua being in the spotlight, it was highlighted a lot more, okay? But this happens loads and loads of times in heavyweight boxing. Well, up and down division, to be fair, but more so in the heavyweight division. One punch, and it's all over. Now, with Deontay Wilder, when he lost to Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder has a very limited skill set. He's got a massive, massive right hand that he can telegraph to the button and put your lights out. Big, big puncher. But when it comes to the jab, while he does have a good jab, he doesn't really utilize it. His footwork is all over the place, and he's just gangly, he's unorthodox. With Anthony Joshua, he is almost the complete boxer. He's also a powerhouse who can box. When you put powerhouse and a boxer together, and you get it right on the night, you're virtually unstoppable. Of course, unless, of course, you get hit on the temple or the chin, okay? So he's a devastating boxer, puncher. And he's shown that in his last fight, that he doesn't have to be the powerhouse. He doesn't have to be the one to go in for the kill. He can box on the outside. He can keep it behind his jab, and he can use his attributes when needed. Tyson Fury, again, he showed that in his last fight, that he doesn't have to be a back foot fighter all the time and win boring. He can put it on when he really has to. So that would make a very, very interesting fight between these two. But is Anthony Joshua the only man who can defeat Tyson Fury? It's heavyweight boxing, so the answer is no. Of course not. We've seen Otto Wallin drag Tyson Fury to hell and back. Had that fight been anywhere else, and let's be real about it, it could well have been stopped and Tyson Fury could have a loss on his column. So it can happen. Tyson Fury, he fights to the level of his opponent, but just a bit above. A bit like Billy Joe Saunders. If you put Billy Joe Saunders in there with a gatekeeper, he will fight just a little bit above gatekeeper level. You put him in there with somebody who's very, very good, he will fight very, very good, but put it up a notch. That's how Tyson Fury does it as well. So when he fights Anthony Joshua, expect a very switched on, focused Tyson Fury. And that's what makes him dangerous and very, very difficult to beat. When Tyson Fury doesn't want you to hit him, you ain't hitting him. Now, other heavyweights out there who have a very good chance of defeating Tyson Fury. Listen, Tyson Fury, he's got 2 fights left on his current contract. He says he's going to retire after those 2 fights. If he does, there's a very good chance he could have 2 fights. Obviously, the next one will be the 3rd one with Wilder. Then have another one. He could sail off into the sunset undefeated. But if he's going to have a prolonged career and be in the game like another 5 years, I would expect him to take a loss. Especially with him being champion, he will have to fight the better opposition. There's no more Francesco Pianeta, Sefer Seferi and Tom Schwartzes of the world. It's going to be the top guys. But Tyson Fury, he's shown that he can outbox somebody as skilled and powerful as Vladimir Klitschko. He's shown that he can bully Deontay Wilder and stop him to the point where his team throws in the towel. So Tyson Fury can do all kinds in that ring. He's a very, very special fighter. So I would expect him to take a loss. I know some Tyson Fury fans don't like hearing it, but I said this way before about Anthony Joshua. Don't expect Anthony Joshua to go his whole career undefeated. It ain't going to happen. Why? Because he's taken on the best opposition that he possibly can. Those who will sign the contracts, of course. Now, other ones who I think has a good chance of defeating Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. People may scoff at that, but I'm telling you, Dillian Whyte can defeat Tyson Fury. I'm not saying he will defeat Tyson Fury. I'm saying he can defeat Tyson Fury. Much like he can defeat Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua can defeat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury can defeat Anthony Joshua. In my opinion, these are the top 3 heavyweights. That's not me being my usual British bias. That's honestly how I feel, that these guys are 1, 2 and 3 in the world. So, Anthony Joshua, the only man who can defeat Tyson Fury? No. No, definitely not. Definitely not. And how do I know that? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? It's heavyweight boxing. But also, how I know that is because David Haye said it, which means do the complete opposite to what David Haye says. Anyway, that's David Haye's statement that he believes Anthony Joshua is the only man who can defeat Tyson Fury. Let's also not forget, the other man who can defeat Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury. He does tend to switch off. When he switches off, he gets clipped, he gets put down. At some point, he may not get back up again. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.